So, hello, let's do a Q&A. For those of you who are new, it's a chance to get to know me. For those of you who have been a long-term subscriber, chance to get to know me even more. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, glad to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to like more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, Q&A time. Q&A time, and I've got about 10 to 12 questions to go through. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question. I really hope you enjoy this. They are mixed across YouTube and Instagram, so let's get into it. The first one is from the fabulous Dale's Addiction. Hi Dale. I love your Q&As, thank you. I love yours too. Nick, so you see yourself travelling further afield now, you're such a great soul traveller. Oh, is that an invite to Australia, Dale? Did I just hear Nick come and visit? Do you know, traveling on my own isn't my favorite thing. I do try and travel with people as best I can. Would I be open to traveling further afield to go somewhere? Yes, I absolutely would. For me, it's just about being comfortable with doing the trip myself, the safety aspect of doing it on my own. And also for me, I'm very comfortable in my own company, but I think some of that is about being comfortable at home, because this feels very safe, secure, personal to me. Would I feel the same way if I was, I don't know, 10 hours flight away, staying in a hotel for 2 weeks on my own? I don't know, but I would be open to it. I'm kind of at this point now, especially given the fact that yes, I travel with family, I travel with friends sometimes as well, but I don't have a partner. And a lot of the trips I've always said, oh, if I was with someone, and there's going to come a point in time where I need to stop saying that and I just need to start doing them, because otherwise I'll get to a point where I won't be able to do them, and that I'll regret. So I will get a little bit more into it, but I'm really hoping that there might be someone that comes into my life that stops me needing to be a solo traveller. We'll see. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. And I do hope that was an invite to Australia. Just saying. Okay. Then here we have Kevin from channel Kevin Allen. So where did your sense of style come from? Did you grow up fashionable or did it evolve? So I've always had an interest in clothes. I've always had an interest in fashion. I've always had an interest in design and accessories and all of that good stuff. You know, it hasn't always been fashion. It's also related to things like cars and jewelry, and even like the shapes of a bottle of alcohol. So for example, when Roberto Cavalli released their vodka, I loved the shape of the bottle. Like, I'm into aesthetics, I'm into interiors. So I've always been into that. Did I grow up fashionable? I don't think I did. I grew up interested in it, but there was this conflict, and I've spoken about the conflict before, where I grew up wanting to fit in, but knowing I was different. And so that created conflict. And actually what it meant was I had quite a confused sense of self and a confused sense of style that came from that. A lot of the outfits that I used to wear when I was younger, they didn't suit me. They didn't really make sense for me. And I look back now and I just think, oh, I wish that I just felt comfortable to embrace who I was earlier. That's taken me quite a long time. Who you see today is probably an evolution over the past 5 years. So I'm 28 now. Probably when I was about 23, 24 is when you've now started to see this evolution, probably from about 2019. So I love the individual that you see today, but it's taken all of that time to get to that point, and I'm grateful for the steps and the iterations of self that have got me to here, and there will be more iterations to come, I can promise that. But I grew up confused. in terms of who I was and how I wanted to present myself to the world. And I think that came across in fashion. I also remember very vividly being asked when I was about 14 what my favorite designer brand was. And I remember saying Gucci because I just remember seeing it on the cover of magazines and being really drawn to it. And people were laughing at me because, people were just laughing at me because of that, because it was at a time where people would use sexuality as an insult, and I was like 14 at the time. I didn't know that I was I hadn't come out at that point. I was still trying to figure out who I was, and they were kind of associating the fact that Gucci was my favorite brand with that, but using it in a very negative sense. Sorry, that was a really like weird response to that question, but hopefully it gave you what you needed. Oh, the lovely Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle. Hi, Lisa. So if you could travel anywhere in the world this summer, where would you go and what 3 bags would you take? Oh, I really want to go back to Dubai. I've been thinking about, do I go to Dubai in September? And I'm thinking about going on my own. Funny enough, going back to Dale's question, I'm thinking about going on my own potentially, maybe at the start of September, maybe early October, because I've got a few things in September. So what 3 bags would I take? I would take a lait pliage as my hand baggage. I'm thinking I would take, this one? No, this one as hand baggage. I would take the Kenzo clutch for evenings, dinners, potentially even shopping. And then I would take the Longchamp Rousseau tote for like a poolside moment, beach moment. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. Or I would potentially take the MCM cubic print. But that's not here, so I can't grab it. But yeah, I think that's what I think those are the 3 that I would take. Yeah, that feels right. But yeah, potentially Dubai. I am actually going away this summer. So I'm definitely going to take a lait pliage. I'm definitely going to take the Kenzo. I don't know though what I'll take as hand baggage. I might actually stick with the same 3 for where I'm going in the summer. Anyhow, okay, the lovely Kaylee Carroll, who has been an amazing supporter of my channel from the get-go. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. What is the bag that you are wanting to get next? And are you going on any trips for the summer? So I have actually ordered a new bag. And I'm waiting for it to be dispatched and on its way to me, and I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited to share it with all of you. It's one that I've spoken about before, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing what everyone thinks when I've actually got it. And yeah, I do have some trips in the summer. I'm going to Europe a couple of times, and I'm really looking forward to it. I keep saying that I want to do like a longer summer vacation or like a longer warm vacation, whether that be, you know, over Easter. Obviously Easter has passed, but over Easter or the summer or late like September. But I would like to do something for a bit longer just so I can switch off a bit more. But at the moment, that's what I'm looking to do. I've got a couple of kind of short trips planned, and then back to kind of the response to Lisa, and of course tying in with what Dale was saying, I'm also looking to go to Dubai, and I'm thinking of going on my own. So I was asked by Severine Rosalia M. Let's say you woke up one day and found out that luxury brands and accessible luxury brands suddenly didn't exist and you could only shop from the high street. Where would you buy your bags from? Zara, I think. I think Zara would probably be where I would go, you know, or I would buy them from like ASOS, something like that. But I'd be really interested to see what the designs looked like, because I think so many take inspiration from the designer fashion houses, which I have zero issue with, by the way. And I would be interested to see where their designs would go from that. But I do like Zara bags. I think they're cute. I do like, you know, the odd ASOS one. Are you expecting the quality to be impeccable? No. If they could elevate their quality, great. I would actually buy probably from them anyway. I would also buy maybe from like TK Maxx, but of course TK Maxx takes in a lot of the offcuts, so to speak, of what didn't sell in the designer stores. So I don't know, would TK Maxx still be a thing? It depends what you're determining. You know, would something like Kurt Geiger be high street? If it was, then I would 100% buy from Kurt Geiger. I think it's nicer than high street, but it all depends on perception. But that's what I would say. Top 3. So I was asked by AC Williams, top 3 summer wishlist items. Oh, that's a toughie. A pink mulberry Bayswater. Like a soft pink mulberry Bayswater. A very lightweight Moschino scarf. Not like silk, like I'm talking... I don't have one that's the material to hand. Like here. Like this sort of density of material, but Moschino, I know that they do them. I'm creating chaos on the shelves. Let's pull those off. So mulberry Bayswater, that type of Moschino scarf, and I would like, mine haven't finished yet, but I would like to replace my Lacoste slides. They've been going for 10 years, and they were £30. They've done me so well. They are probably the lowest cost per wear item, sorry, in my whole wardrobe. They deserve their piece now. I will replace them. I think Lacoste do a white and pink variation, so I think I might go for those. So Dimitra Falto asked, as you love to accessorize your life and thinking of the ever famous Ms. Coco Chanel's quote, "No elegance is possible without perfume," it's the unseen, unforgettable ultimate accessory. Do you use fragrance as an accessory too? Do you have a fragrance wardrobe? What's your favorite scent to wear? This is a funny one because I've said multiple times I don't spend a lot on fragrances. So my day in, day out is one from Zara. I also use Dupe Go, Lacoste Red, Ralph Lauren Red, the number one. I can't remember what it is. It's in the red bottle. Is it number 4 or something that's in the red bottle? I use that. I have Bleu de Chanel, Armani Diamonds. I used to use number 6 by Dolce & Gabbana until they discontinued that years ago, and then I couldn't find it any longer, even at kind of the fragrance warehouses. But I don't buy from like Louis Vuitton or anywhere like that, Creed. Like, I don't like, an 100ml bottle for me has to sit below about £80. £100 maybe at a stretch. You know, for something like Bleu de Chanel, I will spend the £70-80 on the 50ml, but that's a rare instance and I don't use it every day. I used to, and I don't anymore. I now love the Zara ones because I just top it up during the day, smells great, get loads of compliments on it, and it was like £8. So I do use it as an accessory to answer the question, and I do have a range of them. However, I do not spend a huge amount on them. When you add all of those together, it would probably total one Louis Vuitton, for example, and I've got 6 or 7 that I can choose from. So that's kind of my approach to it. Yeah, I can't see myself changing that. It's not, I will wait for the airport. Oh, I use Calvin Klein as well. I've got a couple of different Calvin Klein ones. They're nostalgic. I used to use them when I worked in the clubs and I was, you know, having to reapply them every kind of 20 minutes. Anyway, fun times. And the last of the YouTube questions from Bernadette Fallon. Nick, I'm curious what your job is and want to say thank you for speaking on your dealings with anxiety as I'm overcoming it also. I am many years older than you and for so long have dealt with it alone and unaware of what was happening. Thank you very much. So firstly, let me say I'm so pleased to hear that you're overcoming it. It's a journey. It's a journey that I've been on for many, many years. And it's something that I have only really been dealing with myself for probably the past 4 or 5. So for those who are new and aren't 100% sure what this refers to, I speak out a lot on the fact that I'm a very high anxiety individual. I've also spoken out before on the fact that I have had issues relating to self-harm. And I have been working for the past 4 or 5 years on really strengthening my mental health. And mental health is something I'm incredibly passionate about. I think it is so important. It's something that's so important to safeguard and to support others with as well. Something I'm incredibly passionate about. I don't shy away from talking about it. I accept the fact that saying that I've had an issue with self-harm might get a video demonetized, okay? It's the truth. It's the journey I have been on. It's the journey I will forever be on, and fine. You know, if being demonetized is the worst consequence of being able to share openly and honestly with all of you the journey and who I am as an individual, fine, I'll take it. In terms of what I do for a living, broad stroke, I'm an executive assistant. So that's all of the YouTube questions. Now let's pop over to the 2 Instagram questions. People are shy on asking questions. I don't know if any other YouTubers watching this find that people seem shy. I get loads of questions in my comments, but then when it comes to Q&A time, I never get as many. It's really interesting to me, but I'm always really appreciative of the ones I do get. So I was asked, do you feel supported by other YouTubers? I love it when they share the love. I absolutely do. And I am going to put a collage of individuals up on the screen who I adore on YouTube, and I will tag them down below because I really enjoy watching their content. I really enjoy interacting with them. Some I interact with much more than others. Some I watch their content and just really enjoy it, always give them a thumbs up. Don't always necessarily comment, but I really enjoy it, and I will always support by giving the thumbs up and the view. Others I speak to sometimes on a daily basis, and that's fantastic. And I think it has the opportunity to be such an empowering place. I can see how it has the opportunity to not be as well. That's the bit that I really want to stay clear of. And if I ever felt that I wasn't feeling supported in it, that it wasn't making me feel happy, I would be stepping back. I'm not in that place. I'm loving everyone that I'm getting to know. I'm loving all of the subscribers as well and the interactions. And I love the fact that it goes beyond YouTube, and now there are certain individuals who are subscribers who I have conversations with on Instagram, and they'll check in on things, and then it means I can check in on things with them. That's what this is all about. It's a community, and the motto of this channel is living life loud. You know, empowering yourself, empowering others, creating community, creating support, creating just feeling. That's really important to me. I feel that here. If I ever didn't, I would step back. Where I have seen others not empowering other people, I will take a step back. And I'll take a step back from the individual that I feel is wrong in the scenario. Of course, I won't take a step back from both. If I see something that I'm like, they're not being treated fairly, I will support that individual and take a step back from the other. But, you know, I don't see that very often. Yeah. It should be fun. For me, it is. And I hope that for my other content creators, they feel the same. And then the final question comes from the wonderful Steph from the channel Handbagholic, who I recently did the shopping vlog with in London. That was so much fun. We had such a great day. And the question is, what would your ultimate dream bag be? No limits on spend. A crocodile alligator Birkin 40 in hot pink with silver hardware, or palladium hardware, whatever they call it at Hermes. That for me would be perfection. Or a white Birkin 40 in alligator or crocodile with rose gold hardware. That would also be stunning. Yes, a exotic Birkin 40 would be perfection for me. Will I ever own one? I know they say to never say never. I feel like I can say never to this. But that, if I had no limits, that would absolutely be my preference. There's currently a Birkin for sale. I think it's at Designer Exchange, and it's a candy pink Birkin 35. It's like 10 grand. And I'm like looking around like, what can I sell to get hold of that? Because it is so beautiful. So in terms of realistic, do I think I'll ever own a Birkin? I don't know. I hope I will one day. I'm not sure. There are other things in my life that would need to be completely sewn up before splurging on something like that. But I would love one. It would be great. But yeah, in terms of dream bag, a exotic Birkin 40, preferably crocodile or alligator, hot pink, silver hardware, white rose gold hardware. Beautiful. So there we are, everyone. Thank you so much for asking the questions. I hope you've enjoyed this Q&A. Please do drop any other questions down in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. I can always wrap them into another video. Quite often that's what I try and do. If there's a question that someone asks that I think I can't really respond to adequately in a comment, I will maybe drop it into the start of another video. Always happy to do that. Thank you so much as always for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.